Alright, so here's our tree. First, I'm just going to let it do its thing. Right now, I got the base lights on, and I have a playlist of effects on the Twinkly. The star's temporary. Haven't even plugged it in yet because I don't have any power at the top of the tree at the moment. So that'll be my next step. But like I said, I'm just going to let it do its thing for a bit. And then I'll grab my phone, which I don't exactly know where it is at the moment, and start going through some of the options I got with it. Alright, you got the idea. That's not everything it does, but like I said, we'll revisit it in a minute. Now, here's what I would consider our basic tree. It's got solid lights in the middle, like by the trunk, like my dad used to do. Part of that section is actually out, not that you should be able to really tell. Then I have a multicolor, multifunction set, which, let me tell you, those things are getting hard to find. But last year at Bronner's, we were able to find one. Traditional lights, not LED. Because a lot of times the LEDs just don't look right. The colors just are wrong. And the multifunctions are usually kind of weird. They either just chase or change color. They don't really do like the fade, the slow fade. So I got one of them on there. I actually bought two, but this tree's small enough, one was enough. And then I have a white set of multifunction that I actually stole from Florida. So that's the only set on here from down south that was in my Christmas stuff. It had two sections that were not working because of loose bulbs, but I fixed that. So there's our just, traditional light tree before we get all fancy. So then if we go into sync and turn off that, we can go into the 2021 version of my tree. So these are the twinkle lights only. So the other lights, as you see, are turned off. And they have a bunch of effects. Like I said, right now I have it on a playlist that I created. So this one's called Snow, which is cute. I like it. But, you know, I don't like how dark the tree is for a lot of it. Then it's going to go to Candy Cane here in a minute. That's cute. A little red and white swirl. Yeah, it lights the tree up a little bit better at least. That does that for a little bit. Of course, now with the other lights off, the star is off. That's another reason why I typically run them together. Alright, so this one should be color Snow. So basically you get it filling in from the top, and then it makes a color on the bottom. This one's pretty. But again, the problem kind of is a lot of the tree is dark for a lot of the time. Neat effect though. And then it melts between each color, which is kind of cool. Which I'm not even sure I realized before. So it does this for a while, because, you know, it does, well, I thought multiple colors, but maybe not. Looks like it color fades through them and then melts and then fills again. I thought it was like filling with a color and then filling with a different color, but I guess not. Yeah, looks like it does the same thing. Alright, so then it moves into what it calls snowflakes. Which it should be doing here pretty soon. The playtime already? Yeah, there's the snowflakes. Oh no, it's still doing the color snow. Yeah, it fooled me. That's the snowflakes. So it's kind of bigger snow, and it doesn't fill the tree up. Neat effect, especially when other lights are on. But at least that, you know, mostly fills the tree up. Then it goes to the fairy lines. So basically a diagonal color shift. Basically an RGB tree at that point, but I like it. He's in the mood for his bed. So I got this going for a little bit because it's one of my more liked effects. Alright. From here, it should go into I'm sure you don't fail me now. Didn't realize how long a minute and 30 is until you're waiting for it to do something. Alright, so from there it goes into Infernal. So it's basically a fire effect, which is neat. Doesn't necessarily read as fire, but it's a cool animation in any event. And from there it goes into rainbow barf mode. So this is diagonal rainbow. Looks like the colors stay stationary in their position. It just lights up the tray on an angle. Now this one's called Santa's Run. I don't know if you saw it, there's a little shadow of a reindeer and a couple sleigh. Which, you know, I can kind of see. The wife doesn't really see it. But it's in that bottom part there. It's a subtle effect. And then this is red sparkle. It started out as a blue with a sparkle, but I edited it to be a red and a sparkle. Gives a little pop, so again, especially with the lights being on. And after this, there's two more. And I can do a lot more. I just have a couple. I mean, it's a decent number, but it's the ones I've picked. So this is the rotating rainbow. This one, the colors look like they move around in a rotating fashion. The sparkly one. Looks a little different too, depending on what angle you hit it at. And then the last thing in this playlist is called Glow, where it's just a nice little twinkle. And then it should loop back around to the falling snow. And when I put on my base lights, you get this. So the tree's still doing something, but the twinkly lights are on the very outside layer, and they're bright enough that you can still pretty much see what they're doing and tell. I don't really think the other lights interfere with it at all. It just gives it some more animation, some more depth, some more pizzazz. Alright, so we still have a couple more ornaments to put on. Like I said, mostly the new ones we got this year at Bronner's. And then it's already kind of full. I mean, I like an ornament heavy tree, but less so the rest of the family, so it's probably not going to be quite as dense as we're used to. Plus, it is a little smaller than the trees that I've dealt with in the past. But it's got a lot of nice, it's got a good depth, or fullness to it. So there's a lot of tips. But it's getting there. Probably also still going to put beads on it once we find them. And that's our tree this year so far. And then we got a couple of little trees over here that are going to go in various parts of the house. Still trying to figure out exactly where. This white one's going to get relit. But the other thing I wanted to show you over here is we got a new little friend.